So after I did a review of South Park Not Suitable for Children and you guys seemed to like it, I put a poll on my channel and I asked if you guys want to see me do a review of South Park's first ever movie from 1999 called Bigger, Longer, and Uncut. And you guys said you would, and we're not even into the movie yet. We're just at the title, and it already has an uncircumcised penis joke. How amazing! But basically, a little piece of trivia before we get started with this that I just think is really interesting. Basically, the MPAA, which is the Motion Picture Association of America, they were having fights with Matt Stone and Trey Parker about like, oh, what warrants an R rating and an NC-17, and an NC-17 is pretty much most theaters won't show that. I mean, like I've never been to one that will. Maybe you can go to some underground theater or something, but most of them won't show that. And you can pretty much only find those online on like movie pirate sites and DVDs. I don't know where you can stream those types of movies. Maybe you can on some streaming services that like freaking crackle that nobody watches. But I don't know. Maybe you can on some of them. But to be honest, I don't really know which ones allow you to stream there and which ones don't, if there are any. But basically, they ended up doing this thing where they were saying, like, the Motion Picture Association of America was saying, like, okay, if you put 400 swear words, it gets an NC-17. So they decided to kind of give a middle finger, and it's basically they put 399 swear words in it. So I think that's pretty funny. Um, but basically, anyways, here is the review. So basically, it starts off with the boys, and they're going to Kyle, Stan, and Cartman. Yeah, those are their names. I don't know why I didn't think of it for a second, but they're basically trying to see this new movie called the Terrence and Phillip movie, which is basically just these Canadian people who fucking like swear all the time and say and just have fart humor, and it's pretty goofy, I guess. And they were just like making fun of Canadian entertainment, saying that it's just like crude jokes and fart humor, which some Canadian shows I have seen are like that, you know. Freaking Kenny and Spenny is like that. Kenny versus Spenny. I can talk about that show too if you guys want me to. But anyways, basically, um, basically what happened was they were just making fun of that and everything, and it was kind of funny because they're doing another thing that was basically like, oh, making fun of their own movie, and I'll get to that in a minute. They had to have a hobo buy tickets because the boys are only 9 or 10, something like that. They're in fourth grade, so they're like 9 years old. I don't really remember. It's something like nine. I think it's nine. But anyways, they just basically go with that. And they see the movie, and there's a bunch of swear words and everything in it. And basically, then what happens is they end up swearing a bunch at the school and everything. And what they wanted to also do was swear a lot because when South Park airs on TV, some people were saying it's uncensored in Comedy Central, but I don't know. But a lot of people were just saying like whenever South Park aired on TV, it would always be the stronger swear words like fuck and shit would always be bleeped out, but they could say damn 50 times, it wouldn't matter. But just the stronger words are bleeped out and everything. So they were kind of using it as an opportunity to swear as much as possible too. So they ended up doing that, and basically then they have a parent teacher meeting and everything with all the kids who'd been swearing, and they were saying like, oh, where'd you learn these words? And they were saying like, oh, we learned it from the Terrence and Phillip movie. And then they were saying, okay, like anybody who wears a Terrence and Phillip movie, um, you know, gets in trouble and everything. So then they end up wearing shirts anyways, and they're like, oh, I'm gonna get kicked out of school. I don't care and everything. So then basically Kyle's mom, she tries to start like this whole revolution and everything, was saying like blame Canada, and there's a bunch of songs in this movie. Usually I don't like songs in movies. Like some of the time they're cool if it's like, oh, Cannibal Corpse was in frickin' Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. That was cool. Like if it's a song that I know, then that's cool. But like sometimes if it's like, oh, a song that they made, then sometimes it's good, sometimes it's stupid. Most of the time it's stupid. Like the Willy Wonka movie, they put a bunch of songs in it. Just sometimes it just feels like, oh, filler. We couldn't think of anything, so we're gonna put a stupid song that doesn't really have to do with much. But there was a bunch of funny songs in it. Uncle Fucker, that's a funny song. I still remember the time that one of my coworkers played that, and the customer walked in and left at Domino's. It was funny. Kyle's Mom's a Bitch is another song that was really funny, and it Blame Canada is another funny song. But basically, she ends up singing that Blame Canada song and everything, was saying like we got to ban Terrence and Phillip, and I think they end up like capturing them or something like that. It was pretty crazy. And then I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I think somehow Kenny dies, and it's always that joke of "you killed Kenny, you killed Kenny." Like he always dies in so many episodes, but this time, I guess since it's a movie, it's canon. They end up Kenny ends up going to hell, and for some reason, like Gandhi is there. It's really fucking weird. I don't know. But he ends up going to hell, and the devil is fucking gay for some reason. I don't know why. They decided to make the devil gay with Saddam Hussein. It was pretty fucking weird. I mean, I don't know why. They just end up doing that. They end up making him gay and everything. And basically, there's a lot of time spent with that, and just some really weird jokes in there. Like the freaking devil is his, or I mean, Saddam Hussein is his fucking dick out for some reason. I don't know why. It was pretty weird. And basically, pretty much after that, the Saddam Hussein is fucking. He's horny all the time for some reason. He's always trying to have sex with the devil, and the devil's like, "Oh, you don't pay attention to me." It was just so funny to see the devil be like an emotionally vulnerable person who like feels underappreciated by their lover. It's just so funny because everybody in all the Bible and everything, it's like the devil was a sadistic, sly person that tricked Eve into eating the fucking apple and stuff. And then this one is just like, why don't you pay attention to me? It's just really fucking funny, I guess. I mean, I don't know. It just makes me not scared of going to hell, if that's even real. But anyways, basically that's what happens, and the boys are just pretty much trying to figure out a way to make sure that Terrence and Philip don't get banned and everything. And there's a part that's pretty weird, where they end up putting like a shock collar on the kid and everything on freaking Cartman. I almost said Kyle, and they put a shock collar on him at one point to make basically if he swears then he gets electrocuted. So he ends up they end up saying like, oh, we're gonna make sure that he doesn't swear and everything. We're gonna put this on kids to make them stop swearing and saying like fucking rim job and shit. That was one of the things that somebody said in the movie, and it was just really funny because at one point in the movie, one of the I think it was Cartman's mom. I was trying to think of who it was. Pretty sure it was Cartman's mom. Um, I think somebody goes like, "Wait, what's a rim job or whatever?" And then Cartman's mom goes, "It's when someone licks your ass." And I just thought it was so funny because she's almost like, "Oh, I've done that before," that type of way. And it was just pretty funny with that. And basically, I think I'm trying to remember because some of the time I'll see a movie and then I'll just forget about it like the next day. That happens sometimes. But anyways, basically after the shot caller scene, I think the devil was just trying to plan a way to like take over the world and everything, and was finding out that the government and everything was planning on trying to kill Terrence and Philip. I guess they were trying to do that, and basically they were gonna say like, okay, as soon as their blood freaking um, goes through Earth, then we're gonna take over the world. So then, pretty much like Kenny warns them and everything, and they end up trying to figure out a plan and all that. And basically, they just are trying to figure out a plan, and they're all trying to get everybody together to figure out the plan about this. And then on that day, the Terrence and Philip are gonna die. The devil and Saddam Hussein come invade the Earth and everything. And then I guess one of the bigger moments is the devil finally realizes that Saddam Hussein is not good for him, and he kills him. And basically, I think yeah, he ends up killing him and everything, and pretty much then Terrence and Philip are freed and all that. And I think it has something to do with the shock collar. I'm trying to remember because I saw it like a month ago and stuff, and it's a bit blurry for me. But I mean, I'm just trying to give away pretty much like a brief overview of the movie. You know, just like, oh, there's parts I leave out because I don't want to give away literally 100% of the movie. I want to give away most of the movie so people will be like, oh, I want to see that, you know, because I don't want somebody giving away the whole thing, you know. So I guess it's sometimes good that I leave little parts out. But basically, yeah, that ends up ending the movie off and everything. And I think it was a really good movie, honestly. It wasn't too, it was pretty much the perfect amount of a movie. And it was like an hour 20 something. So it was pretty much perfect. Like, that's usually about perfect for me. Like if a movie goes on for like 2 hours, unless it's something really good like Star Wars, and chances are I'm gonna get bored. But if it's like an hour and a half, like an hour 20, hour 45 maybe, and it's like the perfect or so amount of length for a movie. So yeah, basically, it had a little bit of just some really goofy stuff, just some stuff you didn't see in the South Park cartoon. And even though I don't like singing, I like the movie a lot, and I'll probably give it about a let's see, a 9.5. Actually, yeah, we're gonna give it a 9.5. So yeah, I liked it a lot, and I recommend seeing the movie. And if you guys enjoyed the review, then please share it with your friends. So I hope you guys like this video, and I'll see you guys next time.